A young man stood quietly in front of a lush, vibrant green apartment building, tucked far away from the constant noise, chaos, and pressure of the busy city, taking in its peaceful surroundings, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the calm atmosphere that felt almost like a hidden sanctuary, wishing deeply that he had $2 million to buy it, fully convinced that ownership was the only real path to making serious money and achieving financial success. His mentor, however, viewed the situation from a completely different perspective and had already taken the time to carefully study and analyze the property in advance, discovering that the building contained 10 rentable rooms and was owned by an elderly landlord who had grown tired of dealing with tenants, repairs, complaints, and the never-ending stress that came with managing the place. Rather than attempting to purchase the property outright, the mentor proposed a simple yet highly strategic and powerful arrangement. He would lease all 10 rooms under a long-term 5-year contract, offering to pay the landlord a fixed and guaranteed monthly rate, regardless of whether the rooms were occupied or empty, effectively removing all responsibility, stress, and daily involvement from the landlord, while still ensuring a stable and predictable source of income. The landlord, who valued peace of mind, simplicity, and freedom far more than maximizing profit, quickly accepted the offer without hesitation. Although the young man felt anxious and uncertain, worrying about how they could possibly afford the rent without having sufficient capital or savings, the mentor calmly reassured him that they would not be the ones paying out of pocket, explaining that the money would come from future guests who would eventually fill the rooms. Without wasting time, they immediately began transforming the property, carrying out a deep and thorough cleaning, upgrading the interiors with modern yet cozy designs, adding natural elements, and carefully positioning the entire space as an urban forest retreat, a peaceful and refreshing escape designed specifically for people overwhelmed, exhausted, and burned out from the demands of city life. To attract attention and quickly build interest, the mentor invited a travel influencer to stay at the property completely free of charge in exchange for creating and sharing content. And as soon as the video titled "Escape the City Noise" was published online, interest surged dramatically as countless people began searching for a quiet, relaxing getaway where they could disconnect and recharge. Instead of settling for traditional long-term rentals that would generate only modest and limited monthly income, they strategically listed each room at $100 per night, and even at just 50% occupancy, the property started producing approximately $15,000 in monthly revenue. After deducting the agreed rent paid to the landlord along with roughly $900 in cleaning, maintenance, and operational costs, the remaining income turned into significant profit, far surpassing what the landlord had ever earned while personally managing the building. In that moment, the young man came to a powerful realization that completely changed his understanding of wealth. Without owning the property, without investing millions of dollars up front, and without taking on the burden of full ownership, they had successfully built a highly profitable business simply by controlling and optimizing the use of the asset. He finally understood the deeper lesson behind it all, that while ownership can provide a sense of stability and security, true wealth is often created through control, strategy, and leverage. And those who truly succeed are not the ones who spend their lives working hard to acquire assets, but the ones who learn how to make assets work efficiently and profitably for them, choosing not the heavy burden and responsibility of ownership, but instead embracing the flexibility, scalability, and freedom that come with leverage.